This is a story that dates back to the 1970s India. The growth of the nation's economy had just taken its roots, and liberalization was far beyond horizon. A lot of basic essentials that we enjoy today were considered as luxuries, which only the elite class could afford. And one of them being electricity, which was all about lighting up homes and making appliances work. Power cuts, power failures, short circuits, and fluctuations were considered as just regular things that one had to live with. And the only prescribed solution was to simply switch off. And when the sun rose again, people were back to their work and life seemed to be not so happy. Until one man decided to rewrite the story, and his name is Mr. Kochouseph Chittilappilly, the founder of the legendary electricals and home appliances brand, Veegaland, and of India's largest chain of amusement parks, Wonderla. But to understand the success stories of these two business empires, we need to first understand the story of the man behind them. That is, Mr. Kochouseph Chittilappilly, who was born in a remote village near Thrissur. And after getting a master's degree in physics, he joined as a supervisor trainee with an electricals manufacturing company for a monthly salary of 800 rupees.
In fact, that time I was a bachelor and I was employed in a small scale industry that time, and I was a supervisor there. I was getting around 800 rupees salary that time. 800 rupees not that bad. We talk about 1977. I was trying my level best to find something else, but unfortunately or fortunately I couldn't get any other job.
Challenges are gifts that force us to find new center of gravity. Don't fight them, just find a new way to stand. And with this great quote in his mind, Mr. Kochouseph Chittilappilly decided to start out his own venture. After seeing the negative growth of the company that he worked with a borrowed capital of 1 lakh rupees and 2 unskilled workers, he started out in a 400 square feet shed in Ernakulam and made a modest stabilizer and named it Veegaland, of which V stands for voltage protection. He traveled around Ernakulam in his scooter and sold the stabilizers that he manufactured. And that amazing decision to face the risks and challenges of business, which was not experienced by him before, created history in electronics.
അന്നുകാലത്ത് സക്സസ്ഫുൾ സ്റ്റോറീസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിജയിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളവരുടെ എണ്ണം വളരെ വളരെ കുറവായിരുന്നു. ധാരാളം ഫെയിലിയർ സ്റ്റോറിയാണ് നമ്മൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അന്നത്തെ ചെറുപ്പക്കാരുടെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ആഗ്രഹം നല്ലൊരു ജോലി കിട്ടുക, അതല്ലെങ്കിൽ എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും ഗൾഫിലേക്ക് കിടക്കുക. അപൂർവം കുറച്ച് പേരാണ് ബിസിനസ്സിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. എന്നെ അതിന് നിർബന്ധിച്ചത്, ഞാനന്ന് ജോലി ചെയ്തിരുന്ന സ്ഥാപനത്തിൽ അവരുടെ ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റായിരുന്നു സ്റ്റെബിലൈസർ. അപ്പോൾ അവരതിന് വലിയ പ്രാധാന്യം കൊടുത്തിരുന്നില്ല. നമുക്ക് പല പ്രോഡക്റ്റുകളുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്തരം സ്റ്റെബിലൈസറുകൾ അഴിച്ച് റിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാനും മറ്റു കമ്പനിക്കാരെ അഴിച്ച് റിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാനൊക്കെ അവസരം കിട്ടിയപ്പോൾ എനിക്കൊരു ആത്മധൈര്യം കിട്ടി. ഇതിനേക്കാളും ബെറ്ററായിട്ട് എനിക്കുണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റും, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ക്വാളിറ്റിയോട് കൂടി കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഇതിനൊരു മാർക്കറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ അതിനേക്കാളും ബെറ്ററായിട്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റും എന്നുള്ളൊരു കോൺഫിഡൻസിലാണ് ഞാൻ തുടങ്ങിയത്.
And after a year of operations, he was able to increase his staff strength from 2 to 20 employees. Veegaland stabilizers gained market leadership in a very short span of time, competing with many low-quality stabilizers from North India. And by the year 1983, branches were set across different districts in Kerala, and he appointed a marketing team to achieve more business growth. As a result of which, by the year 1986, they further expanded to the neighboring states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. But Veegaland stabilizers came into existence because of a loophole in the Kerala State Electricity Board, which meant that if the issue of fluctuation was fixed, Veegaland stabilizers would totally become irrelevant and get shut down that very moment. And that is exactly where Mr. Kochouseph Chittilappilly felt the need of diversification.
Initial few years we were only concentrating in Kerala market.
Okay.
And after 4 or 5 years we slowly started expanding our territory to other neighboring states, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. But we were surprised to see there also voltage fluctuation is so severe. So there was a good demand for our stabilizers.
Okay.
But I have in my mind, one day or other there will be a better condition, and the requirement of stabilizers will be no more. Because for your information, all the developed countries, no stabilizers are required. Only because of that reason, from 1990 onwards, I started thinking about diversifying to other products.
And this was also the time when the Indian economy had just opened up for foreign investors, which meant that a lot of premium stabilizer manufacturing companies, especially from Japan and South Korea, had high chances of conquering the Indian market. And after a good market analysis, Veegaland came up with a game-changing product. That is the Veegaland water pumps, which not only paved a new direction for Veegaland's growth, but also replaced the traditional method of drawing water from wells or bore wells for domestic or agricultural purposes, which helped to reduce human efforts and also created a huge consumer base for the company across the country. Kochouseph's vision of expanding the brand as a diversified electrical appliances company became a reality, with a wide range of products which includes wiring cables, motors, water heaters, UPS, ceiling fans, and other kitchen appliances. And the Gulf boom accelerated the growth of Veegaland, because the people who made it to the overseas understood the importance of having these products, not just for social validation, but to simplify their life. Veegaland Group has always been ahead of its time, and that is pretty much evident from the fact that they introduced solar water heaters in the year 2003. When conversations regarding solar energy was comparatively less, and innovations are still seen in their newly launched products as well. But a major reason behind Veegaland's success lies in its after-sales service, whereby they were able to offer a 5-year guarantee on their products against 1-year guarantee given by their competitors, which helped them to considerably increase their prices and at the same time establish a loyal customer base. And that's where their old tagline came from, that is, the name you can trust. Veegaland's marketing strategy is what made them stand out when compared to their competitors, and most of their TV commercials are humorous and light-hearted, highlighting the importance of their products. And that helped them to become a regular name in every Indian household. The chapter 2 of Veegaland's success began after the establishment of the Veegaland amusement park in the year 2000, and later it spread out to Bengaluru and Hyderabad as Wonderla, making it the largest chain of amusement parks in India. But the idea of Wonderla emerged in Kochouseph's mind during his foreign travels to different countries with his kids during their school vacations.
That was started in the year 2000. That means by that time, 23 years were over after starting Veegaland. By that time, we had number of managers, engineers. I always believe in people. I give a lot of freedom to my engineers, my managers. So even in my absence, Veegaland is growing. So I decided to diversify into something. In between, I used to travel abroad once in a while. That time, my children were school going. So for their sake, I used to take them to Disneyland or other amusement parks abroad. So I thought, why can't we start something similar in a small scale in Kochi? That was the thought.
And this very place has today become the vacation spot of every Indian middle-class family. The Veegaland Group further expanded into other businesses like Veegaland Homes, which has proved its expertise in apartment projects, and V-Star, which is headed by Mrs. Sheila Kochouseph, which is the hub of plethora of innovations and other lifestyle products. And both Veegaland and Mr. Kochouseph Chittilappilly stand strong even today, defying all challenges.
Then people used to ask me, how do we improve our self-confidence? It's nothing but encountering more and more hurdles. So നമ്മുടെ മലയാളത്തിലൊക്കെ മോഹൻലാൽ പറയണ മാതിരി പോ മോനെ ദിനേശാന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റണം. ഓർ മറ്റേ സുരേഷ് ഗോപി പറയാറില്ലേ പുള്ളേ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയില്ലേ, അതേമാതിരി അതിൽ പറ്റണം. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മമ്മൂട്ടി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലേ, അതായത് ചന്തുവിനെ തോൽപ്പിക്കാനാവില്ല മക്കളെ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ. So we must have that attitude. Then only we can overcome all these crisis situations. Otherwise, if you are frustrated, if you are dejected, nobody can help you.
A story which started off with 2 unskilled workers and a borrowed capital of 1 lakh rupees has today become a business empire because of the tireless efforts of the legendary business tycoon we all know today as Mr. Kochouseph Chittilappilly. But above all those astonishing numbers and recognitions, what astonishes me about him are the good works that he has done for our community. be it through his non-profit organization or be it by becoming the first member of the Kidney Federation of India by donating one of his kidneys to a stranger truck driver and thereby starting a donation chain.
അടുത്ത ദിവസം ഏറ്റവും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കപ്പെട്ടത് താങ്കളുടെ മഹത്തായ ഒരു തീരുമാനമാണ്, സ്വന്തം വൃക്ക ദാനം ചെയ്യാനുള്ള തീരുമാനം. സമ്പന്നനായ താങ്കൾക്ക് 10-100 ആളുകൾക്ക് വൃക്ക വെച്ചു കൊടുക്കാനുള്ള ചെലവ് വഹിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. അത് ചെയ്യാതെ താങ്കൾ സ്വന്തം വൃക്ക തന്നെ ദാനം ചെയ്യുന്നതിൻ്റെ സന്ദേശം എന്താണ്?
അതിന് കാരണം എൻ്റെ ഒരു അടുത്ത ബന്ധുവിന് ഒരു വൃക്ക പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ടായി. ഒരു ഏജൻറ്റിനെ വരെയൊക്കെ സമീപിക്കേണ്ടി വന്നു. ഇനി എൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ആ രോഗി മരിച്ചുപോയി. അപ്പോഴാണ് ഞാൻ ആ വൃക്ക രോഗികളുടെയും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ ഞാൻ നേരിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയത്. അപ്പോൾ ഒത്തിരി ഇല്ലീഗൽ ട്രേഡ് ഇതിനകത്ത് നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പലരും ജീവിക്കാൻ വകയില്ലാതെ കിഡ്നി കൊടുത്തിട്ടുള്ള കേസുകളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ എൻ്റെ ഒരു തോന്നലേ 60 വയസ്സായിട്ടും ഞാൻ ആരോഗ്യവാനാണെങ്കിൽ എന്തുകൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ ഒരു കിഡ്നി ഡൊണേറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൂടാന്ന് ഞാൻ ഫ്രണ്ട്സായിട്ടുള്ള ഡോക്ടേഴ്സിനോടൊക്കെ ചോദിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. അങ്ങനെ പല ഡോക്ടർമാരും അത് പറ്റുമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. കിഡ്നി കൊടുത്ത ആള് വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷം ആ കിഡ്നി പ്രോബ്ലം കൊണ്ട് മരിക്കുകയോ രോഗിയായി മാറുകയോ ചെയ്ത സാഹചര്യങ്ങൾ വളരെ വളരെ കുറവാണ്. ഇവർ ഈ ഡോക്ടേഴ്സ് കിഡ്നി എടുക്കാം എന്ന് തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത് അത്രയും റിഗറസ് ടെസ്റ്റുകൾ നടത്തി പെർഫെക്റ്റ് ആണെങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ അത് ചെയ്യുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെയാണ് അയാളത് പിന്നീടുള്ള അയാളുടെ ബാക്കിയുള്ള ലൈഫ് ടൈമിൽ അയാൾ സുഖമായിട്ട് ജീവിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ എന്തുകൊണ്ടൊരു കിഡ്നി കൊടുത്തുകൂടാ?
Kochouseph Chittilappilly has not just built a big business empire today, but he has also built a source of livelihood for thousands of people of our homeland. And there is so much to learn from him and his life story.
ഒരു എൻ്റർപ്രണർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതൊരു റിസ്കി ഗെയിം തന്നെയാണ്. അത് സക്സസ്ഫുൾ ആയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ നല്ലതാണ്, കാരണം ധാരാളം പ്രോഫിറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ജനം അറിയും. പക്ഷേ ഫെയിലിയർ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും വരും, ഫെയിലിയർ ഉണ്ടാവാതിരിക്കില്ല. അതിന് നമ്മൾ ആത്മസംയമനത്തോടെ അത് ഫേസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു മനോധൈര്യം വേണം. ഇതില്ലാത്തവർ സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് തുടങ്ങിയാൽ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും എവിടെയെങ്കിലും പാളിച്ചകൾ പറ്റും.
I never had any MBA or management education. What I learned from my own experience. Success recipe is very simple. We must be honest. Whatever you do, whatever you think, you must be honest to the business, to your customers, to your staff members, to your workers. There is no shortcut methods. The straightforwardness is very important. Quality consciousness is very important. Then I believe a little bit of common sense is essential. You may have a fantastic idea, but you must think from the customer's point of view, whether it is a workable solution or not.
What is the definition for a successful personality? I used to analyze myself. So I found out a 4-way test. First of all, he must have proper mental peace and happiness. Whatever money he made, if he lost his mental peace and happiness, if he is not getting good sleep at night, we can't call him successful. Next point is he or she must have reasonably good health according to their age. So when we do business, what we do, we always miss many aspects. Some are owning blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, and they become unhealthy in many ways. And the third one is acceptance in the society. Whatever money you make, if you lose your acceptance in the society, what is the use? And the fourth one is, of course, finance. Without finance, we can't do anything.
But the most important takeaway is this: don't worry about being successful, but rather work towards solving people's problems, and success will naturally follow you.
If there is a will, there is a way. If there is a hurdle, definitely there will be a solution for it. Those who are successful, they will find an opportunity in every difficulty. Try to think differently. Try to think positively. There is a solution. Definitely one day or other we will overcome it. That must be our attitude.